Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, friends. There comes a time in every person's life where they become acutely aware of their purpose. For someone, it may be because they're the beneficiary of a large gift, and they spend the rest of their life giving back, spreading the wealth, their purpose. For others, it may be the untimely death of a close friend or loved one, causing you to immerse yourself with a worthy cause, their purpose. Sadly, I suspect that far too often, people don't realize their true purpose until it's too late and they're on their deathbed. For me, it happened on Route 33 in Farmingdale last Friday on the way to work. And for some of you, I hope it happens tonight. So, as I think all of you know, I'm a sucker for a theme. And tonight was to be no different. I had this great speech planned about how independent thinking can lead to independence in your life. But my iPod changed all of that. So I had it on shuffle mode on the way to work the other day, and like Forrest Gump said, you never know what you're going to get. I got Leonard Skinner in The Doors. I've got Jay-Z and Eminem. I've got Madonna and No Doubt, for my wife, of course. And I've loaded a lot of motivational and sales training type tapes over the years. And on this particular morning, a track from the 1 Minute Salesperson popped up there. I'm going to put salesperson on the board here just to give you a visual. And on the 1 Minute Salesperson, they were talking about selling on purpose. Now, before I lose some of you, I realize that many of you are in non-traditional sales roles in your professions. But if you think about it, we're all salespeople. If you're a spouse, you're constantly trying to sell your ideas to your significant other about where to go to dinner, what to do next weekend. If you're a parent, you no doubt try to sell your ideas to your children about how to do something better, or why it might be a good idea to stop jumping on the couch. But in any event, whether you're the President of the United States or the CEO of a large corporation or a high school teacher, we're always constantly trying to convince other people that what we have to offer is something that they want or something that they need. And the 1 Minute Salesperson put that into perspective for me. Also put into perspective the fact that behind every sale, there's a person. And that person has feelings, just like me and you. If the person perceives that all you want to do is get into their pocket and make a sale and don't have their best interest in mind, it won't be too long before they leave you. Zero loyalty. If you think about it in your own life, maybe there was a time where you bought something even though the salesman was kind of rubbed you the wrong way. Maybe you bought it in spite of the salesperson. What'd you do? How'd you feel? You probably never went back there. If it was bad enough, you told all your friends on Facebook about it. Now, on the flip side of things, think about the last time you experienced exceptional customer service. Maybe you called to place an order, and a live human being actually picked up on the first ring. Hey, what do you know? Or maybe there was a problem with your order, and you called to complain, and the company went above and beyond what you could have ever hoped for to compensate you for your inconvenience. How'd you feel then? I know I'll personally change my buying patterns. I'll drive clear across the county and pay a premium if I think you give a crap about my business and me as a person. And that pretty much made me realize that, we don't just sell to other people, we are other people. Like I said, we have feelings. And that's pretty much the difference between having goals and having a purpose. See, I used to have a lot of goals, and they all focused around money and how many sales I could make. It's one of my goals to make money. That's why the S in salesperson is a $, to remind me that one of my goals is to make money. But if I put that above my purpose, then I'm doing my client a disservice, and it won't be too long before they see right through that. So again, goals are important. I'm not trying to knock them, but they're not more important than your purpose. So, how did it start for me? It started with the tombstone test. Anybody know what the tombstone test is? Anyone? No? Basically, what do you want to be remembered for? What do you want on your tombstone? I realized after listening to this track, I didn't want it to say something like, sure did move a lot of product, or he won the sales contest. I wanted to say something more like, he helped a lot of people get what they wanted, so in turn, he got what he wanted. And I was really excited about that whole philosophy of how I could sell on purpose. And then I thought maybe it might not be too audacious to think I could apply this to my real life, to live on purpose. So by the time I got to work last Friday morning after hearing this track, I knew what I had to talk about tonight. I knew what my purpose was. And I'm going to share it all with you. So please, thank you for following instructions. Go ahead, open up the envelopes. I'm going to share my purpose with you all. I'll give you just a second to get it open because I did lick it very well. So here's my purpose. To be physically, mentally, and emotionally available to my family at all times. What does that mean to me? That means that I'm not working so much that I can't ever physically be there for my family. It also means that I'm not working so much that I'm so stressed out that when I am there physically, I can't be there mentally and emotionally. It also means, having enough money to be able to do things physically with my family, and having enough money that at the end of the month I can pay my bills without being so stressed that I can't be there mentally and emotionally. And once I get that down, then I can focus on the bigger picture, my real purpose. And that is, you'll see, to show my family through my actions, and by helping them with theirs, that we can be the positive change that this world needs. And not for nothing, but receive the good feelings that come from making a difference in other people's lives. And now you can all hold me accountable for my actions. But what doesn't say anything about money in there. And all I need to do is stay on purpose. And I'm going to do that, like I said, by focusing on the actions. What actions do I need to take to help get me to my purpose? What actions do I currently engage in that might be counterproductive to my purpose? Such as Bejeweled. I love to play Bejeweled. Anyone know Bejeweled? All right. Outside of Anita, it's a video game. If I catch myself playing a video game in the middle of the day, what am I doing? Is that really going to help me get to my purpose? Sure, there's a time and a place for everything. I don't think that's the time and the place to be playing a video game. So if I catch myself doing something that I know I shouldn't be doing, I just got to quit doing it. Because once you know what you want and what your purpose is, it's easy to figure out what the actions you should or shouldn't take, or when you should or shouldn't take them. So how do you find out your purpose? Well, as you might have guessed, it comes from within. I can't tell you what your purpose is. Only you can figure out what your purpose is. But I would suggest that on the second page of the handout, you start with your tombstone test. What do you want to be remembered for? What do you want on your tombstone? Then you move on to your purpose. Take a scratch piece of paper. Jot the first thing that comes down to your mind. That's generally the real heart and soul of what a person's all about. Make some revisions you have to. Then get it down on paper. And then from there it'll become very clear what you should and shouldn't do. And then focus on those actions. Many of you know how I feel about focus. There's a link on the second page there for my speech on YouTube on the power of focus. So I suggest you check that one out. But honestly, once you know what you want, and now that you understand the difference between having goals and having a purpose, then you can start focusing on those actions. And the second meaning of the word purpose, meaning not on accident. You can take purposeful action towards your purpose. So, write it down, share it with someone. A friend, family member, me. As you can see, for my purpose, I'm here to help. You're all part of my Toastmasters family, so it's certainly a help to have someone hold you accountable for your actions and to keep you on purpose. Because fellow Toastmasters, I promise when you start living on purpose, things will seem much more clear. So, what's your purpose? Mr. Toastmaster?